Hello everybody, my name is Eric Ramirez 101, and Doctor, Foxy needs emergency hand surgery. Stat! So apparently Foxy's hand is falling apart, and don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. And I have my fidget spinner with me, as you can see. The duct tape was kind of falling apart after so much usage, and that's a problem with a hand like this when I wear it a lot. The areas around my fingertips were starting to come off. They were kind of tearing a little bit, so I decided to... And they were coming loose because there was dirt on the duct tape. I don't know how it got there, though. So what I decided to do was... I decided to cut some of the tape apart, and as you can see right here, I'm making the palm and the top of my hand part a little bit tighter. I don't know why, but I like that feeling of tightness on a certain project. And that area right there in between the two pieces where my hands are, that part was getting dirt too. So that was another thing I had to do while I was performing hand surgery. Okay, so now it goes back together, and I tape it back together securely. And also, if you guys know me personally, then don't ask to wear this hand, because it doesn't, because my hand is small, and your hand is not. I'm sorry, and so when another person wears it with a larger hand, then their hand will start to stretch the duct tape out, and thus, my hand will need more surgery. I mean, Foxy's hand will need more surgery, so cut Foxy some slack for me, guys, okay? And so, almost done with the surgery. Doc, surgery's almost done. Okay, so, the hand surgery's almost complete, and I'm doing some tests. And there's the hand. It's all fixed. And as you can see, there's more tape a little bit. Not too much, but once I add some more paint to it, then it'll look like it's always been there. And here's some super close shots. You're staring death in the face. I'm sorry. Okay, so the hand's all fixed, and let's get back to what I was working on earlier. Thumbs up. Okay, so now I have the foot with me, and as you can see, there's a hole in the bottom for my shoe to fit through. And this is the first foot that I did. So now back onto the foot I was working on. I studied the one that I worked on for this, and I had to kind of modify both of the feet towards the end of the video, which you'll see. And see, the feet are basically a bunch of cardboard taped together. Yeah, I was listening to some music. The feet were not exactly the right size when I first made them. I had to figure out how to shape them to the smallest that I can possibly make them. And this had to go for the foot that you see in the background. The feet were too big. They're like skis. If I were to go skiing wearing these feet, it would be so funny. This actually took place over the course of about 3 days. And there's how I put my shoe in. It doesn't look good right now, but once I take care of everything, then it'll look a little bit more convincing. And as you can see, I had to squeeze my shoe into that hole. It's weird putting this foot on, and I'm considering hot gluing the shoe into the foot. What do you guys think? You guys can tell me. And so we skip forward about 10 hours to when I woke up. The toes don't really have anything to do with the foot. They're just there for aesthetic purposes. And I actually ran out of duct tape during this video, so the new duct tape I got doesn't exactly fit well. and I kind of messed up on this foot a bunch of times. I'm sorry, but I messed up. It's normal. Perfectly normal. And so, as you can see, if you notice, the toes are kind of at an angle. This is important because if I didn't have the bottoms of the toes at an angle, then basically it would be so hard for me to walk. But since I added those, after I discovered them pretty much, I had to find a way to make it easier for me to walk and run. I don't know if I'll be able to run with this thing, but hey, it's not impossible, right? And so, here we skip forward about 10 hours. I'm sorry for all the long breaks. And so, as you can see, the duct tape I have is a little bit darker than what I used to have on the foot. Which is okay, I guess? I'm not sure. Building this foot was actually kind of hard. It's not as hard as it looks, but it is kind of difficult if you're not an experienced modeler, but hey. And so as you can see, the foot is starting to take shape, and this is one of the biggest projects that I've ever made for anything besides Splash Mountain, because this foot is supposed to be durable. Now I don't think they're waterproof. I mean, I can try. I mean, how hard can it be to make something waterproof? I don't know what's going on here. I'm just putting some tape on the sides. And so, later on in the video, I mean, while I wasn't recording, I had to find a way to, I had to find a way to modify the other foot, so I had to tear the other foot apart as well in order to do this. But it was worth it. It was for a cause. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry if this is boring for you guys. Now if you guys are making this, I would recommend making them fit around your foot, not around a shoe. But the reason I fit mine around my shoe is so that they don't fall off. Like, that robot's foot fell off. I don't want that. Instead, what is it? And so a little while later, like I said, I modified the foot in order to do it. And so here's the top part of the foot. I had to mold my ankle around that. This part took the longest pretty much because it's so hard to cut through multiple layers of duct tape and cardboard at the same time, so I had to use some heavy-duty scissors for that. If this was you making it, I would recommend using thinner cardboard or something. Not as thick as this is. I stole some boxes from Mom around the house. She's okay with it, I guess. Now the details on this foot are not as heavy-duty as the rest of Foxy. You may expect that, but turns out there's not really much that I could find on Foxy's feet, except for a couple bolts here and there. And so now here is real-life Eric to describe to you what is going on with this foot. Hey guys, Eric here, and thank you, Recorded Eric, for letting me take over. No problem. And so now that the foot is all finished, now we just need to add the details like I did on this foot. But however, this one has the square bottom, so I need to modify that. Of course. Get out of here. So I got my, where is it? Got my handy Sharpie here, and don't those things add like some little details funny on the toes, because I studied Foxy for this. I told them that earlier. See, this one, this is the left foot. This is the right one, so this needs to be backwards. So, like, backwards? Let me see. So like this. Sorry if you can't see. Let me see if I can do it with my right hand. I'm left-handed, so... It's hard to do things right-handed. I know. As you can see, it's not very detailed. There's not really much on Foxy's feet. Most of it is on the top. Here, I'm sorry. I can't do it right-handed that much. It's okay. I know how it feels. I mean, I'm you, for crying out loud. And since I've been attending art class, this should be relatively easy. Yep. These things are kind of like bolts holding them together, I guess. Or at least holding the feet together. Perfectly normal. See? Okay. And there's also going to be one on the bottom, too, to kind of give that illusion. Uh-huh, if people can actually see the bottom. Because I don't think anyone's going to be down there. Unless you're on your stomach looking at a baby or something, scaring the pants off of them. Okay. Looking good. So then we're going to do a test fit to see if these things actually work. Walking around in these things are going to be so difficult. Okay, so let me get the shoes packed into them, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so here are the feet. Let me turn on my flashlight so you can see them a little bit. So these are an old pair of shoes that I found in the garage. And here are the feet, and as you can see, there's a hole in them. In the foot, as you see here. And this is so that I can squeeze my shoes in here so that I have something to walk in, because these things are so much larger than my actual feet. Here, there's my foot. It's kind of big, but but see, normally these things would fly off my feet. So basically, what I did is in this foot here, there's you see those holes? Ray helped me hole punch these there's cobwebs in here. Ray helped me punch holes through here so that we can like wrap the so that we can wrap like string or yarn or something around my shoe when I squeeze it in here, so it doesn't like come off when I'm wearing the costume. Let me see if we can do this one-handed. So basically all you do, let's see which foot. Okay, so you take the shoe like so. Let me see. Good enough. And what you do is you just put the foot on top and you push down on it like that. One sec. Like so, and there you go. It's as simple as that, pretty much. There's no simpler method. And then we wrap the shoe in cord or something like that. And once we're done, we just dig into the shoe and pop it out. So there you go. Okay, so now I have the feet on, and they're so bulky. Okay, so this one is a lot easier to walk in, and the only problem is that my shoes are falling through the holes, which is a bad thing. This one is harder to walk in because it doesn't have the little cutout thing that I have here. This one is still square. This one has kind of like an angle to it, so I gotta fix that. But the hard thing about these things is actually managing to get a foothold on these things. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so weird out in public, but, I will fix these eventually, but this one is a lot easier to walk in, and since Foxy's supposed to be running, this is gonna be so gosh darn difficult. But other than that, they look good. So that was just a video of me making my feet, and right now the feet are finished, so now all I need are the shorts. So that was just a short little video for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's pretty much it for this video, and I hope to see you again for another Eric Ramirez Gaming 101 video. Bye everybody! So bulky. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and at this rate I'll probably have my Foxy costume done in about a week. All I need to find is a pair of shorts. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another Eric Ramirez Gaming 101 video. Bye everybody, it was nice talking.